each and every one of you a grand rising. I wish every one of you another productive day on earth. Big shout out to my folks in Nigeria. Big shout out to all the people around the world, because we are not one separate community. We are one community. I want to try to wave at everybody who comes in. I want you all to come in here feeling like we family, if you're a true member of the family. I give all praise to the Most High Yahweh. You may call him Elohim, or you might call him Jehovah, or you might call him El Shaddai. You might just call him the Creator. You might call him Allah. You might call him Yah. But we all give praise to the Creator that put us here, even if we got to deal with this crazy situation. Grand rising to all of you. A lot of people have been waiting to hear me speak. There's one thing I've learned a long time ago, is that when you find yourself in certain situations, say less. Say less. I only am doing what I normally do. This would be my morning mental. If you're a follower of Facts Over Feelings, then you know every now and then I do my morning mental. I know some of you are going back to work. Some of you are out and about again. The majority of us have not. We've still stayed quarantined, or whatever you want to call it. I don't even know what it's called at this point. But I want to take a few minutes this morning, if y'all don't mind, to climb into the mind of black men. Brothers, y'all know that I'm always looking out for the sisters. Y'all know that I'm always telling you that stop calling yourself a king if you don't protect the queen. You've always heard me say that you can't be a king without a kingdom. You heard me say those things. 9 times out of 10, I'm talking to brothers. I'm talking to black men. And I'm also talking to young black men. I feel like before we can go further in this action, I don't call it a movement. A movement goes from point A to point B and it's over. I like to consider this a change. I like for us to consider that there are half of us that are cool with continuing to play with the system. There's no problem with that. A lot of y'all are okay with letting the court system work out your problems, a system that was designed against you. A lot of y'all are comfortable when something goes wrong, giving that responsibility to somebody else. Y'all don't want to do the work. And a lot of you all are comfortable having faith that maybe if you just pray about it, it'll all fix itself. I have no problem with that. Y'all shouldn't either. There's no problem if you upset about an issue and you feel you want to deal with it by picking up a piece of paper and writing your thoughts down and waving it around and walking up and down the street. That's your thing. That's your thing. But the same way I just sat here and said it's okay for y'all to be that way, there's a whole nother side of us that don't rock with that. There's a whole nother side of us that said we saw how that turned out. We ain't stupid. There's a whole bunch of people who said, if y'all can go do all of that and y'all want us to respect what y'all do, then y'all need to respect what we do. You see, if all you want to do is raise concern about a situation, then you go out there and do all those things that I talked about before. And if you want to keep teaching your enemy the best way to continue to screw you over, keep going to their court system, because notice they get better at it every time. But for those of us who are students of history, we know that the only time things actually change, the only time they actually pay attention, the only time that they actually change something is when people get so fed up that they say, to hell with your laws, to hell with your rules, to hell with your authority, to hell with you. And when people get to that point, they then respond physically. You see, then they start breaking things. Then they start burning things. Then they start hurting people. Then they start taking back what you would not give them. Then they begin to realize that you're no better than they are. So why should we continue to listen to you? And that's how a revolution starts. Because they make up their mind that since you won't fix the system, since you won't even the playing field, since you won't play by the rules, shalom, good morning. Since you won't play by the rules, they don't want to play by your rules no more. And they change the game. What has happened in the last few months is we have witnessed the changing of the game everywhere. Everything has changed. Everything has changed. The way of life has changed. The world has changed. Countries that was talking about going to war with each other are no longer talking like that. They at home licking their wounds, trying to fix their own people. People who was talking about stacking mega dollars and making mega moves and getting mega bags and mega this and mega that are now just trying to figure out how they're going to make it. Everything changed. The only thing that didn't change was the blatant continued stupidity and inferiority complex dominated thinking of racist white people that have built an illegal country on illegal land and have gotten to the point where they have done it so well that they think that everybody else is an invader when they were the invaders to start with. We have moved to a place where these very same people believe that they can insult your intelligence, poison your water, poison your food, poison the mind of your children, poison anything that they come in contact with, to the point where they feel like now you wrong for saying, I don't like that. You wrong for wanting to fight back. You see, they've been so crooked for so long that now when somebody try to point out what's right, it sounds wrong. Our problem is some of y'all done bought into that. But we have arrived at a time when we have enough on our plate that we cannot continue to ignore simple shit, if I can use the term. We can't afford to ignore simple shit because you think it's empowering you to do bigger, dumb shit. You see, if y'all won't fight back physically because they're killing you, then how do you expect to fight back when they start to force you to take a vaccination? How do they expect you to fight? You expect to fight back when they force you to carry an ID chip under your skin for the next 5 years. I ain't gonna fight back when they telling you they're gonna contact trace you and lock you down in your own home. They already know y'all ain't gonna fight back because you ain't fought back yet. I hate to say this, and like I said, this is my morning mental. If you join me for my morning mental, I just put shit on your mind for you to think about as you go through the day. White man is consumed right now with the threat of the not fucking around coalition. It's very evident whether y'all know it or not. They don't know what we're going to do next. They don't know where the other shoe is going to fall. They don't know if they're dealing with just some people who talking or a new terroristic threat to this country. Let me pause for a second and let everybody know I announced this over the weekend and a lot of people did not get the memo. So I'm just going to announce it one more time. We are currently standing up a website where we can do our own thing. We are standing up a site where we can have conferences like this with no one censoring us. We are standing up a website where you have to be a member to get inside of it, period. We are standing up a website where if y'all want to talk the way you want to talk without anybody having anything to say about what you said, you can do that. But we own it all. We own the domain. We own the equipment. We own the network connections. We own the interface. We own everything. We even own our own cryptocurrency so we can make moves. I'm just telling y'all what we're doing in case y'all trying to figure out what we up to. You see, this is not another case of us running to be on somebody else's platform. And the only reason I'm talking to y'all on here is because if you don't pay attention, I'm going to come on here and say, we all going to move to www.getthefuckoutahere.com. If you don't move with us, you're going to be stuck here. That's the only reason you still see me here. But eventually, we're going to leave here. Yeah, we're going to have an exodus. And some of y'all, the ones that are still connected to the matrix, the ones that still, you're addicted to this interweb that they built you into. Y'all going to stay here, but that's cool. I told y'all, we don't have no problem with y'all. Don't have a problem with us. Some of us choose to go that route. I'm going to tell you why. Now we're going to get a little deep. You see, when they enslaved us, in Africa and here in the indigenous Americas and in South America, when they enslaved melanin people, they broke all kinds of tribal lines. They broke all kinds of boundaries. They mixed people together who never got along. They made sure those people didn't know where, peace, my brother, peace. They didn't know where they were coming. They didn't know who they was. They mixed all of these people together. They didn't even speak the same language, mixed them all together, but they brought along their same tribal hatred. They brought along their same tribal jealousy. They brought along their same tribal controversies. All of that was mixed in. It was all there. So we never sorted ourselves out to figure out who was who. You understand what I'm saying? Now, all of a sudden, 400 years later, because quote unquote, we're a free people. We're not a free people. We're a free mob. We're a free mess. We're a free mixed up people. Please do not request to join my morning mental. I don't do video chats with folks. I'm not here like these other clowns who want to sit around and just talk to people about stuff. Please, no request to join me on the morning mental. I just want to get in your mind for a minute. I want to walk around your pineal gland. I want to stimulate your ancestral energies. I want to have you thinking about more than what they want you to think about. You see, I'm here to try to alter and shift the narrative. So please don't interrupt the flow like that. Praise Yah for you. But since we are all divided, they now want everyone to think that we're this one solid group, like they took all of us from the same place, like we all spoke the same language, like we all worship the same gods, like we all could just get along. No. I say that to say this. Some of us, and you know who you are, we come from a warrior tribe. Some of us come from a tribe like the movie. Remember that movie 300? Where even from the moment they was a child, they was taught to be warriors. They were fighters. Even the women was fighters. Remember that? And not here in Sparta. They kicked nigga in the hole. There was boys in there too. Some of us by blood are warriors. And some of us are not. Some of y'all come from the trading tribe where y'all like to trade shit. Some of y'all come from the traveling tribe. You know, y'all rode around nomadic on camels and shit. Some of y'all came from the beautiful tribe where everybody just tried to look beautiful and made sure and worshiped and burned candles. But some of us came from the warrior tribe. Some of us sat around and waited for somebody to fuck up so we could go unfuck them. Some of us came from we keep our spears sharp and our shields strong, and we run and we lift weights and we eat right and we in touch with Yah and we here to defend the garden. Some of us come from that tribe. And even though y'all done gave us amnesia, and even though y'all done gave some of us, distractions, if you do enough shit to us, that warrior will wake up. So all I'm saying this morning, if you are not a member of the warrior tribe, if you can't research, if you paying your money to Ancestry.com and they done came back and told you that you 40% Nigerian, 20% French, and 10% we don't know, and you believe that shit, you a damn fool. You never let your enemy tell you what you are. Let me shift gears for a second and talk to the good folks on the continent of Africa. Because see, you all actually hold the key. It is not us in America that holds the key. Because if I lead a revolution in the United States, if I call for all out gun-fed warfare here in the United States, where there has never been a war on U.S. soil, aside from when they fought over us being slaves. But other than that, if you think about it, even if we crack it off over here, we still somebody got to have our back. Somebody got to support us with resources. Somebody got to support us financially. Somebody got to support us with hardware. You think the people over in Syria that's been fighting against the freedom fighters all this time haven't stopped to ask themselves, where they getting all this shit from? Did y'all remember the videos? They'd be like, oh, it's a civil war in Syria. Half of y'all didn't know what Syria was. And then you go look, and then you see the pictures, and the city is all bombed out, and the streets is all fucked up, and kids is dead. But then you see that the freedom fighters got brand new Toyotas and rocket launchers and shit that said United States Army all over it. And you're like, how the fuck they get that? Yeah, bros here in the States, when they act up, they come out with sticks and stones and they act like we about to pull out missile launchers and then we got a brand new, rams around the corner. They act like we got all that shit because we don't have anybody supporting us. To my brothers and sisters on the continent of Africa, you hold all the resources in the world. You hold all the gold, all the platinum, all the iron, all the copper, all everything. You even hold all the people. Yet you all won't reach out to support us. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say this online to all my African brothers and sisters, including the ones here in the United States that keep a close relationship with your folks in the motherland. Y'all don't support us. You know, every time we turn around, they busting up something where you look and somebody done shipped a bunch of arms or a boatload of cocaine or some crazy shit for white folks to keep their shit going. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all, I'm saying we got to get together. I don't mean y'all watching us and we watching y'all. I salute all my brothers and y'all know who y'all are on the African continent. So hoodoo to all of you. Because you'll tear some shit up if I tell you to over there. But we need you to back us up over here. Let me break it down. Now, y'all heard me say this before. Morning mental to you. If you're just joining me with Facts Over Feelings, this is my morning chat. Before we start the day, I am going to get back into teaching Facts Over Feelings. I'll be doing more teaching as opposed to telling y'all to tear this motherfucker up. Because you have to remember that if you did the spear of Yahweh, at some point you have to exalt, exegete, and proclaim his name and teach out of the original text. I will do that on the next Fact Over Feelings, where we will be coming out of the book of Jubilee with the touch of Yasher. And then, of course, our primary text, of course, is the book of Enoch with Yahweh's name restored. We will be getting back into those teachings for all of you all who want to remain enlightened. But getting back to the topic at hand, as I said, because I know I got some of my brothers and sisters on here that have chimed in from the continent. We need y'all on the same page as us. You see, we're not fucking around over here. We need y'all to start fucking around over there. You see, we're not fucking around with the institutionalized white superiority and the continued brutalization and the deprivation of human rights by our people. You see, that's a whole lot of words for a lot of folks to say, but to my young brothers today, that I'm talking to right now, that I need to lose the spirit of fear. Stop being afraid to resist when you see us being treated. I seen the video of the little boy laying in his grandmama front yard and the grandmama came outside and the brother was like, put the guns away. Did you notice the nationality did you notice the race of the people who had the guns? Did you see any black cops? You see, when y'all let these people come into your neighborhoods and so-called police you, who have no clue of your cultural background, who already hate you anyway, but like to call you they bros and shit when something affects them, they don't know you. They afraid of you too. They more afraid of you than the white man because they've been conditioned by the white man. Don't nobody want to address the ugly underbelly of this shit. Y'all can hate on me all you motherfucking want, but somebody got to call this shit out. And damn it, I'm gonna call it out. I'm not trying to be kumbaya no more. I'm not trying to work it out at no fucking table. I don't want no team overseeing. Y'all gonna stop fucking with us, or we gonna start laying you motherfuckers in blood on the ground. Y'all feel that shit like I do, but y'all don't want to say it because y'all don't want to lose what you already got. You already done lost it. You a prisoner with pretty toys. I told y'all, when little punk ass, frail ass, non-fighting white women start talking shit to black people, that should tell you something. When I can no longer go visit the hood that grown black men taught me how to be a man on because y'all done let it become colonized and gentrified to the point where they looking at me like, what am I doing around here? And I'm going, motherfucker, I built these streets. I built these corners. Nigga, what are you talking about? Now I can't come on my own block no more. I burn this bitch down and y'all can rebuild it then. Y'all feel what I'm saying. Because y'all know you do because I'm the only one that's saying it, but somebody got to say it for everybody. Ain't nobody got this goddamn pissed off to come up in here and say no shit like this. I say it. My brothers and sisters in Africa, the same way y'all need to unite and drive out all of the foreigners from the motherland, the same way y'all need to remove all those people that are so-called in power over you, but they have adopted a Western way of government. Y'all need to dethrone those. The same way every black person on the continent of Africa in all 56 countries needs to unite and sweep the entire continent like it used to be before you let the Portuguese invade Western Africa back in the day. Y'all need to remove them and declare yourselves the United States of Africa. And if you don't have anybody who's strong enough to lead that war, if you don't have anyone who's strong enough to assume that position, you talking to him. You set it up for me to come there and we can lead the war across the continent. I would so gladly step into the leadership as king and emperor of the United States of Africa so we can turn around and liberate our brothers and sisters in the United States. You spread that word around the continent like y'all been spreading me around the continent of Africa. Because it's not that we're not just fucking around in America. We're not fucking around on the globe. I've seen with the response. Scares them. Y'all don't understand. They are only 12% of the population of the earth. That's why they're trying to blend with you. That's why they're trying to assimilate you. That's why they want to mix their blood and their DNA with you. That's why they want to figure out what makes you work because they want to replace you because they know that if you ever figured it out, that you're 80% of the population of the earth, that you could wipe them out in 1 month and they know it. So that's what I want to say to the folks in Africa. And I know you on here. When y'all ready for a real revolution, when y'all ready to stop fighting over the land, the lines that the French drew for you, and you ready to get back into the kingdom, if you want a real Wakanda, as y'all like to call it, then y'all think about forming the United States of Africa. And then make the world come to you and buy and beg for everything because you own everything. Now back to my people here in the States on the Morning Mental with me. Let me go ahead and address this one more time. The Not Fucking Around Coalition. If you put your email in, I tentatively approved everyone for membership this weekend. Yes, there's still letters going out, but before we do that, we are building our own house. It is a bad idea to build your house on somebody else's land. Yeah, I'm gonna miss this channel. Yes, I'm gonna miss this 7 years I've been on Instagram, which has been nothing but a diary, but I've already requested all my stuff. Yes, it was fun talking in front of the enemy. Yes, it was nice strategizing in front of all these other races. But now we got to go underground. Now we got to go into our own house. Now we have to go and plan off record. Now we're going to go with the goers. If you go, fine. If you was never really here for that, we wish you the best. We wish you peace. And we hope you enjoy your happy captivity. Because if y'all ain't figured it out, they're going to put you motherfuckers back in slavery. Or they're going to exterminate you one way or the other. You can think that you're doing good because they gave you an accolade to put you on a team. They gave you a piece of paper saying you know something. I got a degree. You dumb motherfucker. You let somebody else define your intelligence. Wow. They're teaching you some shit that they learned from us. You silly rabbit. Okay? You silly rabbit. But for the rest of us, for me and mine, all of those who have already pledged allegiance to the 5 chapters that are already up in awaiting orders, to all of the foot soldiers that are already posted and ready to go, to all of you all who want to know what y'all next move gonna be, to all of you all, when we go, we are going. Don't act surprised. They did the same thing when they left Egypt. There were some folks that didn't want to go. There were some folks that was like, man, I ain't even going. Y'all go ahead. You know what the Egyptians did to the slaves that didn't leave? They killed them. But you can't tell that to some people. So again, this morning, now that I got all that out the way, if you didn't hear what I asked, I can now see I'm not asking no more. I'm done with that. I asked y'all to do a show of unity, but y'all can see just how unified we can be. You see, we're not going to become unified. I did that to show you we are different tribes of Africans, different tribes of indigenous Americans, different tribes of the 12 tribe descendants. We are not all on the same page. Some of us come from the bloodline of the Davidic tribe, which is the priests and the high rulers. Maybe I'm of that bloodline, and some of you all are of a different Abrahamic line within the bloodline. I'm not going to make you be what we are. We are warriors. We will fight back. I saw the video where the young men jumped out the car and shot the police down and screamed NFAC and made sure that they finished the job too. Let me share something with y'all. For all you agents, for all you self-haters, for all you haters, for all of you white folks who think that I don't know you on here watching. If someone chooses to scream out NFAC in the commission of a crime, I had nothing to do with that. The same way everybody was running around screaming Black Lives Matter before we found out who was really behind that bullshit. Okay? It's just a frame of mind. People tired of this shit. People tired of fucking around. People tired of y'all telling us get back. People tired of us telling we gonna handle this. People tired of y'all telling us I make the law. You know what? It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, huh? Y'all remember the movie Harlem Nights? Y'all remember when Della took Eddie Murphy out back and she beat his ass? And when she beat his ass, she said, you gonna respect me one way or the other. Or every time I see you, I'm gonna whip your ass. You gonna respect me. Y'all remember that? Well, black folk, I hate to be the one to tell you, but we out in the alley right now. Okay? They done called us out in the alley. And y'all standing there trying to talk to them. No, we got to beat that ass and say, you gonna respect us one way or another. You might continue to deprive us of the money you owe us, reparations. You may continue to deprive us of the land that you owe us from the treaties. You may continue to deny us the knowledge that we built this planet and you still can't figure it out. You can continue to rape our motherland and you can continue, but you gonna respect us first, or it ain't gonna be a whole lot of y'all to continue to profit. It ain't fucking around. And because a lot of y'all, what's the next move? See, that's your first problem. You don't know how to shut up and stop talking in front of the enemy. You see, this is a public service announcement right now. I'm talking publicly. I want them to hear me. I want them to see me. I want them to feel our anger. I want them to feel our concern. And all you enlightened Negroes, all of you boule Negroes that want to keep lining up with motherfuckers that don't even look like us, talking about you're doing a great job. You ain't doing shit. I'm going to call you out. Get your ass out here. Now, before I go, again, if you are curious about where you stand with the NFAC, we're building our own house, folks. Okay? Yes, we're building our own house. We don't trust Instagram no more. We don't trust Twitter no more. We damn sure don't trust Facebook no more. We don't trust TikTok No mo. We don't trust any social media platform. No mo. Okay. So in case the white folks is like, well, we'll just find out what platform they're on. No, you won't. When I own the servers, when I own the database assemblies, when I own the network interconnects, when I own my own software, when I own my own operating system, when I own my own identity access management protocols, when I own the scripting, when I own the domain, when I own every IP address that's static. You see how I know this shit? Because I ain't no dummy. The same way y'all got Bruce Wayne and a Batman, I got a Bruce Wayne too. So we own everything. There'll be no denial of service attacks. There'll be no intrusion security codes. There'll be no role elevation. There'll be no backdoor software into this. There'll be no encryption, decrypting, breaking. There'll be none of that. You see what you taught me? There'll be none of that. No, there'll be two-factor authentication. There'll be optical voice recognition. The same way y'all trying to chip us. You see, I got some ways to make sure you're who you say you are too when you walk into our domain. So party people in the place to be, as they say. When you get an email that says NAFC dot whatever it is, just know that when you show up on the site, you'll be able to do everything and then some, including what we're doing right here. So if you start to look for us on Instagram and can't figure out where we at, if you still looking for us on Facebook, can't figure out where we at, if you wondering why you don't know what's going on, it's because you outside and we in the house, downstairs, in the dungeon, planning what we gonna do. Young men, I need to talk to y'all for a second. If you have a young brother or a son, if you have a boyfriend or a husband, if you have your brother or your boo or whatever the fuck y'all want to entitle y'all want to give them, I need to holler at y'all real quick. I'm going to say this, and this is a man-to-man talk. Okay. It used to be a time when they would take us out back and all the older brothers would talk to us. All the older brothers. Hold on. Let me comment on something that's popped up in my box. Listen. People ask me why I'm not doing news interviews right now, why I'm not on all of these talk shows talking about what happened in Brunswick. Why? I'm going to tell you why. Because those media outlets service the enemy. Okay. Even just because you can tune in don't mean the news is for you. So I'm not about to come get served up on a platter to the very people that I have no love for. I'm not going to do no dumb shit like that. So yes, to all the media that says, well, I sent you an invite and you won't talk to us. We don't talk to the media. I will give a shout out to my man, Chuck Creekmore from allhiphop.com that I did grant an exclusive interview with the day that we came back. He actually talked to me when we had just got back. I was still wearing the gear. We were still unloading weapons, and Chuck Creekmore did call. If you haven't been on allhiphop.com, I gave him an exclusive interview. But to all of the good folks that are from CNN and MSNBC and the BBC and all of those folks that's been hitting up, I have nothing to say to you. I don't want to go out and talk to the press. I don't want white people to understand why we did what we did. I don't give a fuck what you think. All I want my black people to know is that we have arrived at a new day, that we have arrived at a new standard, that protesting should look a lot different than it did. And on top of that, in case y'all don't know, and I heard somebody say it over on Hood Rat or one of these other sites, we didn't go down there to protest. Y'all know that if you're a student of my page. We ended up having to escort the mother as a security force. We had to also let the police know that we exist, and we wanted to let the people who did the killing know that even y'all hiding away from us and people running around scared, we know where you live and we'll be back. We didn't go down there to protest. We don't jump in front of cameras. Cameras jumped in front of us. There's a difference. So don't keep asking why we not on none of the news. Because that's the last thing you do. See, the first thing you motherfuckers do as soon as something happens, you want to jump in front of the camera. Soon as something happens, you want to give an interview. Soon as something happens, you want to tell the whole fucking world what's going on. In the immortal words of the great philosopher, the notorious B.I.G., bad boys move in silence. Now, back to you young cats. Listen to me. You have got to realize that you are the most feared creature on the planet. Don't believe what they say to you, brothers. You are really feared. They are afraid of you. Every war that has never been won has been led by the black man. They don't tell you that. Every warrior that you see today is imitating the black man. Every war fighter strategy that you see that was taken from Hannibal Barca is a black man. You are the tip of the spear. Stop being afraid. Stop being afraid of being put in a cage. We're going to come get you. Stop being afraid to take a blow. You'll heal. Stop being afraid to choke a motherfucker up. Stop being afraid to take a motherfucker down in the spirit of righteousness. Stop being afraid. Y'all have to lose this standing around frozen. I'll see you on the videos. Shit pop off. Some of y'all just stand there. The only thing moving is your eyeballs and your head. Your arms don't work no more. Your legs don't work no more. Your backbone don't bend no more. Don't nothing work no more but your eyes and your head. Okay? Yeah, as soon as another brother gets you wrong, everything is working. Your arms is working. Your legs is working. Your mouth is working. You can drive a car. You can pick up a gun. You can pick up a knife. You can track a nigga down. You can talk about him on social media, creating ghost accounts. Your energy is high, brother. But as soon as the white man decides he wants to put his hands on a female, as soon as the white man thinks that it's okay for 8 of them to jump on one brother, as soon as the white man points a gun at one brother and all you motherfuckers is out there, the only thing that's working is your eyes and your head. You can turn and look, but the rest of you goes limp. Why? Because you are afraid. No, it's not I'm minding my business. That is your business. It's not that I don't want to get involved. You are involved. It's not that ain't got nothing to do with me. Those are your people. You got everything to do with it. If I see 10, 20, 30 motherfuckers out there and 4 cops, y'all swarm on those motherfuckers like hornets. Send those niggas up out your neighborhood butt ass naked. Take their uniform, take their hat, take the pistol, take the billy, take the taser, take the shit. Fuck it, somebody take the car. The only reason that policing works is because you let it work. The police know that. The police know that if the people don't play along, it all breaks down. I don't give a fuck who it is. If 20 motherfuckers drive up and all of them got guns, and let 40 of us drive up and we all got guns. They don't want to play that game. Police is a job that they hope goes well every day. I don't want to see no more videos of y'all keep sending me of the cops acting a fucking fool and y'all filming it. Y'all standing around. Y'all talking, don't stop shit. I heard one video where the sister had the only idea. Let's jump these motherfuckers. Y'all jump each other. Brothers, I'm not talking to the sisters this morning. I'm talking to you. Stop telling me you support what I did, that what I did took balls. Stop telling me that's what the fuck I'm talking about. Stop telling me and start imitating me. Stop telling me and start teaching others to be like that. Stop telling me and get your crew, get your gang, get your posse, get your set, get them niggas and y'all do the same thing. Y'all can get on these rap records and talk about what you go do to somebody. Y'all, how you gonna pull up? Y'all get on these rap records and talk real strong. Y'all get on these rap records and talk about how y'all got all the women because y'all bust y'all guns. Y'all get on here, y'all talk all of that shit. I shouldn't see nothing but rappers in the street like a swarm of bees. I shouldn't see nothing in the street but dope boys blasting these motherfuckers. I shouldn't see nothing but Bloods and Crips together running these motherfuckers up out your hood. It only works as long as y'all go along with it. But if y'all don't go along with it, they have no power. Brothers, I need y'all to lose the fear. I'm going to tell you the truth. If you're afraid of them, how the fuck you going to fight somebody like me? I have no fear. Maybe that's my genetic imperfection. I'm not afraid of anything. I don't know how to be. But I don't start nothing. But if you keep pissing me off, if you keep pissing my people off, if you keep killing my people, if you keep abusing my women, if you keep manhandling my children, if you keep denying my people, now you done piss me off. And I only know how to respond one way. And I'm not alone. You see, it's one thing when I come to a microphone and I try to talk y'all into treating us like people. But when you see I got 12,000 motherfuckers behind me with semi-automatic weapons that's just as pissed off as I am, and I'm the only thing that's stopping them from coming after you, now you want to listen? It's morning mental this morning, y'all. Reached early, and we right here on Facts Over Feelings. I told you, don't bring your feelings. If you don't bring them, they won't last here. We're talking straight facts. I'm just kicking facts to you. We're in a war, y'all, and y'all the only ones ain't figured it out yet. To the good folks that your job is to stop us, I know y'all on here. You get no information from this right here. To all of the gun clubs and all of the groups that have reached out to me, I support you. But be more than a club. Be active in your community. Don't just sit there and let people do stuff knowing that, yeah, you got to carry conceal, but you have a carry conceal for a few reasons. You ever wonder why the law enforcement wants you to tell them that you have your weapon on you the moment that they pull you over? That's not so that they already know you got a weapon. It's attached to your license plate. They know you hooked. They know you carrying. You understand what I'm saying? They're trying to check your temperature so they know how much of a mind control they have over you. I told y'all this once before. Let me see. You don't want problem. White boys, they helicopters and you don't have none. Now, who is this so I can kick this motherfucker out? Let me say this, y'all. Like I said, bad boys move in silence. You don't know what we got. You don't know what we sitting on. You don't know what we have. Stop giving the enemy power. Because last time I checked, people who make weapons, they sell them to both sides. Arms dealers don't care who wins the war. They just trying to sell their weapons. And if you got enough money and the right connection, everything they got, you can have. The only difference is you have to have somebody who knows how to operate it. And when you're dealing with a bunch of ex-military folks, you got folks who know how to operate a lot of shit. You got some of us that know how to fly vehicles. You got some of us that know how to drive ships. You got some of us that know how to do land nav better than any GPS you know. You got some of us who are expert snipers. You got some of us that are combat medics. You got some of us who are trackers. We've got all type of skills. So anything that you have, we got somebody who can drive it, fly it, shoot it too. A lot of us are former instructors. A lot of us are highly decorated. Your decorations mean nothing to us, except you should read our DD 214 to see what you taught us. You see, as long as they pissing off Pookie and Ray Ray and Nuck in them, they don't worry about that. But when you piss off Sergeant Johnson and Lieutenant Colonel Harris and Major Jones and Special Ops Agent Fields Herms or people like that, when y'all remember the movie Red, Retired Extremely Dangerous, when you start pissing those folks off, you know you got to bring your A game. You got to bring your A team because you already know we're not going to be in the street throwing rocks. So don't worry about what they got. What y'all should worry about is what we got. And that's all I'm going to say about that. They had 3 helicopters in the air trying to find us in South Carolina, and they couldn't find us. I wonder why. Brothers, I need y'all to lose this spirit of fear. I'm tired of seeing videos of y'all standing around scared to jump the police. I see you wanting to jump them. I see you doing that. You jumping at them. I see that. I'm not saying attack the police for GP. I'm talking about the motherfuckers that are not being policed. You see, they tell you we're here to protect and serve. Well, if I don't see you protecting my people. If I don't see you serving my people, then you are not fulfilling your oath. So I got to take you down. When I see white folks who act like that it's still 1955, so you can treat me like I'm less than a human being. Well, as far as I'm concerned, you're breaking the law and you're violating the Constitution. And I do remember taking an oath to defend this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. I see you now as a domestic enemy, so I must take appropriate action. I saw somebody sent me a link about the white militia. You know, the 113 or the 13 percenters. I watched it. Good old boys, rednecks. You see, when they call themselves conservatives, that's another way of saying racist. What are you trying to conserve? You're trying to conserve that way of life that you had before we got free. So I respect them. I respect the fact that they go in the woods once a month to practice. I see them. But they're not the only ones that do that, or they're not the only ones that can do that. So don't act like a white militia is exactly who we would be fighting. Yes, we will be fighting on a few fronts. But what I want you all to understand, young men, this morning is that we don't want to have to fight you. And all you're doing is showing us who's with us and who's not. I warned y'all about this before. Some of us have incredible personal self-esteem. That's why you won't change the icon on your Instagram to show unity, because you so into you. You can't even see past you. You cannot see racial esteem because you don't know why you should have racial esteem. You see, esteem is being proud of who you are because of what you've done. Esteem is being proud of who you are because of who you are. Esteem is being proud of the race you belong to. But when they've denied you knowing who you are, when they've denied telling you what you've done, when they've denied telling you why your people are great, you don't think you have nothing to be proud of. You say, oh, I'm just a nigga. I ain't nobody. Don't nobody give a fuck about me. So why should I be proud? But you ain't gonna do nothing to me. But you think your people's is a failure. You've been brainwashed. So having high personal esteem and low racial esteem is why you cannot unify with us. Because you don't think black people as a whole are shit anyway. You think that all we are is the butt of a joke. You think that all my good people over in Africa do is run around ladies with their titties out and spears and shit on and carrying shit on their head. You think that's all we are because that's all they've shown you. See, the white man has brainwashed you. That's why he calls it his story. And you're believing his story. I don't listen to his story. I read our story. Our story is completely different. Our story says we were here first. Our story says we had the greatest civilization that ever existed. Our story says that we had technology they can't even reinvent. Our story says that we got conquered eventually, and to make sure we don't get back on top, they have erased your memory so you're not aware of who you are, because they know that if you remembered who you was, you will wipe them off the face of the earth like you've done before. So our story is real interesting. Our story is why we're not fucking around no more. Our story is because we know you changed religion to control us. Our story is because we know that everybody that you like to lift up, like from Moses to Adam all the way up, they were black folks. Our story is the one you don't want me talking about right now. Our story will make white people log off right now. Our story is the reason that I'm here talking to black men right now to remind them of who they are. You should be proud of who you are. You should hold your head up high. You should realize that when Ahmaud Arbery was fighting the white Neanderthal down there in Brunswick, Georgia, you saw how hard he fought. They took 3 shots from a shotgun to take that strong brother down. You see, they know we're not an easy kill. And if that brother was just trying to defend himself, they already know that if we come on the attack, it's going to be just like the killer bees that's here now that can sting a person to death. They know that we hard to kill. Y'all seen the movie Avatar. Avatar was based on us. Avatar, they just made the people blue instead of black. They put it on another planet instead of in Africa. They went in there and they found out that the only way that they could conquer the African people was to send one of their own in that looked like us to learn their ways, learn their culture, and tell them how to take us apart. They know these things, black men. Black men, this morning I'm just wondering, where are you? I bring back the spirit of Malcolm. I bring back the spirit of Stokely. I bring back the spirit of even MLK after he woke the fuck up. I bring back the spirit of Angela. I bring back the spirit of Asada. I'm bringing back all the ancestral spirits. I'm bringing back the spirit of Hannibal. I'm bringing back the spirit of Shaka Zulu. I'm bringing back the spirit of Amun Ra. I'm bringing back the spirit of Yahweh. And I'm asking you, what is on your mind? Where are you, black man? Where are you, black man? Stop being afraid. That's my morning mental to y'all this morning. I hope I've awakened your mind. I know a lot of y'all are asking me, where is your email for NFAC so you can share it with the enemy? I know a lot of y'all not really into this. Y'all just want to, somebody told me 6 months from now, this shit'll be over. Okay. But I already told you, if you're not spreading this word to the people around you, if you're not telling another black person what's going on over here, if you ain't trying to tell other people who don't know, there's some people who don't know. There's over 50 million of us here in the United States. And everybody don't know. Everybody ain't online. I'm going to go ahead and take one video call from one person, because I want one person to tell me how you feeling about this whole NFAC. I'm going to take one person right now. Let me look and see who I got that I want to bring on my morning mental this morning. Oh, yeah. I'm going to reach out to Black Intellectual, because let me see a Black Intellectual is going to join me real quick before I go on my morning mental, because I want y'all to see that I'm not the only one that think like this. Black men, y'all got to stop this being scared shit. I don't want to see another video of black men jumping other black men. I don't want to see another video of a bro putting his hands on sisters, period. Sisters, I have to salute y'all, because most of y'all been the soldiers that have come to me in the middle. Don't get me wrong. It's been some hardcore brothers that pulled up, but the majority of it is sisters that's pulled up. Okay? Sisters are pulling up, and they're not pulling up to be cute. The sisters ain't pulling up because they want to find out if we got a discount on their hair and nails. The sisters are pulling up because they ain't having it either. Sisters talking about, where can I get a gun from? How can I get a gun license? Who's going to train me? You going to bring us to the compound, Jay? Sisters are ready to do that work. My man said, I'm not dressed right now for a conversation. I'm sorry, I forgot it's morning mental, and some of y'all still in your slumber clothes. I understand. Let me get back to this. Brothers, sisters are on deck. I do not want the next display of power by impact. And all I have is armed, strapped sisters. Mm-hmm. That's going to look real bad on you, bros, right now. That's not going to be a good look, bros. Because if all I have is an entire legion of female soldiers, it's going to be a rough day for y'all. You see, sisters already feel like some sisters been brainwashing to thinking bros don't support y'all. Yet look who the first ones on the front line, locked and cocked and ready to take a shot. Sisters. So I have to salute the sisters this morning. I have not had any sisters come to me with that scary Negro talk. Not one black woman has come to me and said, y'all shouldn't be doing that. Y'all should be. Not one sister has said that. You know what sisters are saying? Sisters are saying, this is what we've been waiting for. We've been waiting for the brothers to stand up. Sisters have been saying, I just never thought this day would happen. Sisters have been saying, it's been really, really sad out here with the quality of brothers. I'm so glad to see brothers. This is what the sisters are saying. The brothers are saying, I'm down with this. I'm sick of this. Let's roll. Half of y'all. But the other half are saying, no. We shouldn't do that. The other half are saying, that shit ain't gonna work, dog. Y'all niggas is, y'all disillusioned. Another half is saying, y'all gotta be the government. Cause bros don't stand up like that. It's fake. Don't do it. You see scary Negroes scary Negroes, traumatized Negroes is the other half of what I'm seeing. And I've said it, and I'm going to leave y'all on this. Bros, I need you to man up in the city that you're in. In the name of the NFAC, stop fucking around. Y'all claim y'all ain't fucking around, then stop fucking around. Don't wait for us to show up to tell you how to do it. Organize yourselves. Form your own neighborhood patrols. Enlist in classes yourself to get your CCP. If you are a felon, find out how you restore your rights. If you live in one of those states like New York, where it's almost impossible to own a handgun, go to another state and take their class and get your handgun. Understand that there's always ways around the system. Don't wait for somebody else to show you how to be a man about your situation. That's my word to y'all this morning. Stay on the lookout for the next episode of Facts Over Feelings. I told you all the letters for NFAC. Let us get our infrastructure built first. Y'all ain't going nowhere. Racism ain't going nowhere. White superiority ain't going nowhere. Them shooting us down in the streets ain't going nowhere. But what should go somewhere is the cowardness that I'm seeing. Okay? You would like the bros who jumped out and opened fire because the police didn't think it was going to go down. See, now they sitting back going, who the fuck is NFAC? Them niggas opened fire on us. Peace and blessings. Remember, we are defensive, not offensive. And just as Malcolm X said, as long as they're talking to us, y'all be courteous and respectful. But the moment they put their hands on you, you send them to the morgue or to the hospital. If they don't understand nothing else, and I salute white people for this, you do understand eye for an eye. You either get your own people under control or none of you motherfuckers gonna get us under control. Muhammad Ali said it best. If there's 1,000 snakes coming down the hill, who gives a fuck if there's one or two that rock with me? Who gives a fuck if one or two, like what's his face, always want to report what's going on, but just want y'all to give money and join the website? Who gives a fuck about them if the other 900 want to lynch me, want to kill me, want to rape my women, want to steal my organs, want to take my land, want to erase my culture, want to talk about me like slavery never happened, but want me to keep on remembering the people they stuck in the ovens, don't want to pay me for my time, don't want to repatriate me back to my country. I don't know who all those motherfuckers are, so I'm sorry. I can't rock with the ones of y'all that claim I'm cool with you and I want to help. See, you preaching to the choir. Turn your ass around and preach to the congregation. You see, you preaching to the preacher. Turn your ass around and preach to the congregation. You see, you preaching to the deacons. You preaching to the sisters from the ministries. Turn your ass around and preach to the congregation, because it's your people that need to be. Y'all don't need no classes in sensitizing. Y'all don't need. You know exactly what the fuck you're doing. Y'all remember the white lady that said, "I want all the white people to raise their hands who would trade places with being a black person," and none of you raise your hands. So you know exactly what the fuck you doing. So please turn around and talk to your own people. Turn around and get some shit from your own people and bring it to us. Turn your ass around and stop talking to us. And the next time that some black men decide they want to abide by the Constitution and the Second Amendment to the Constitution, which gives us the right to bear arms and form a militia, don't get all upset when we pick up a gun, but don't say shit when Billy Bob and the good old boys pick up the gun. When we decide we want to defend ourselves and protect our communities, don't get mad when we do it, but don't say shit about them white boys down on the border that's call themselves the Border Patrol and the Freedom Fighters, whatever the fuck they want to, and y'all don't say nothing to them. Don't say nothing about people in the hood defending themselves and talking about they terrorists and savages when y'all don't say nothing about the white boys that's walking up and down the street daring the cops. Sometimes they don't kill the cops. I got to go. My time is up. It's Facts Over Feelings. All praises to Yah, Uhuru, and I'm out of here. Y'all have a good day.